No reality show like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. They're interested in young and not sober. That is what they're interested in.
Yeah.
6-pack abs, young, naive, and not sober. What's the housing situation like?
So we each have like our own individual rooms, and they're like, it's so beautiful. Have you heard of the Calamigos Ranch? Like everyone has their wedding there. In Malibu.
Okay. No, I have not, but I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's these like $2,500 a night like suites for us, like the leads. And then all of the arrivals live in like a house in like bunk beds and everything.
Oh, because it's COVID. So like a lot of these places are probably not even filled.
Yeah, I guess so. But they like made sure it was like pretty much empty.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so yeah, all the arrivals, there's always 2 people at one time for one person.
Okay.
So you are like literally living in the same house as your competition.
Okay.
And like all the other 6 arrivals are there for the leads too.
Okay.
Yeah.
The leads live individually, or do you live with the other leads?
We live individually, but next door to each other.
Okay.
So like in our own little house, we have a pool.
I remember you had like a supposedly a feud with one of the other leads. Was that correct?
Yeah, that bitch. Oh, So yeah, so she basically tried to steal my man, Dylan, the guy that I was attracted to.
See, then this is where I'm confused. So now we're crossing the streams. So like, because what are you having parties with all the arrivals?
So it's funny. So this was season 1, so anything went, right?
Okay.
We were like the guinea pigs of this show. So like the premise, we could literally make it whatever we want. So yeah, sometimes like the producers would have us be like, you're going to have a pool party today, or you're going to do this in a group setting. So I think we had some sort of maybe pool party or like group setting. I forgot where this was. And her being also 6'4", oh, sorry, he's 6'7". She's like 6'3", 6'4". Of course, she's going to be attracted to the guy that's taller than him because that's what she wanted. And the first guy that came for her was like 5'8" or something,
I would love
short.
to see that. That's great.
It's hilarious. And he's great guy. He's also a gamer and a Twitch person, but definitely not a good fit. So yeah, so she kind of like, said on camera like, hey, since you don't really like this guy, which she misassumed, or because I didn't know him, can I try to go after him?
Well, at least she asked you, right?
Right. But I said no because
okay, here we go.
And I was like, yeah, maybe like wait until like I'm done figuring and exploring out like this relationship, and then you can maybe try like after. Yeah, like basically saying like, yes, you can have my leftovers like after I have this guy. And yeah, no, she kind of just went and took him from the arrival's house, brought him back to her apartment complex or whatever.
And the producers are totally fine with this, obviously, because it's going to create drama.
Correct.
And they're filming the whole thing, probably while she's hand in hand.
Filming the whole thing. And they're telling me to go next door.
Listen, me and my girlfriend are going to start watching the show tonight. I'm so excited right now.
They told me I was going to have like a girls talk, right?
Yeah.
Like after my date with like this other singer dude. So I go in and I just like see him on the couch in front of her. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. And guess what they made me do before then? Drink.
Of course.
And I was like, oh my God.
That's why I told you, like, again, no reality show like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. They're interested in young and not sober. That is what they're interested in.
Yeah.
6-pack abs, young, naive, and not sober. That's what they want.
And I tried to be sober the whole time.
Yeah.
And then my producer's like, why are you not drinking? And I was like, I feel like I don't need to because I want to take care of my image.
They want you to choose violence.
Yes. And then she was like, my producer was trying to make me kind of like angry a little bit. And she's like, do you need some champagne? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Give me 3, actually. So I was like downing it. And I was like, my face is turning red. I was like, I didn't even need blush anymore. And lo and behold,
do you turn red every time you drink?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what they call that, right?
It's an enzyme that's missing in some people that from East Asia.
Yes. Well, I'm going to say it because I'm Asian. It's called like the Asian glow.
Okay.
Right. Yes. But yes, you have the scientific reasoning for it, which I usually have to explain to people. So thank you. Sometimes, but like not really. But when I'm not like wearing makeup or I didn't eat that much, like my face will get a little pink, but like only around the cheeks.
Yeah.
And then when it goes away, that's when you know I'm drunk. So it was definitely a way when I was, on the couch. I decided to literally sit in the middle of them because I was so pissed.
Oh God.
She's like, come sit. I'm like, I absolutely fucking will. And then I like sat in the middle And I just like, I'm, trying to make small talk, like, hey, how are you doing? How are you, Dylan? Hey, Alyssa, how you doing? And then I just couldn't hold it anymore. I was like, listen, what the fuck is Dylan doing here?
Okay, Petty White.
I was so livid. And yeah, I just like lost my shit. And I started like crying. And I was like, why am I crying? It's because of the drinking.
Of course.
Yeah, so I cried a little bit, but it was like all for a good cause. Like it was my drama scene. But I was like fighting for my man, so it was totally
Did
fine.
anybody else cross the streams like that? Were any of the other 6 leads reaching into anybody else's pool?
No, I think that's the only one that happened. So yeah, but the producers were actually utterly surprised because they thought I was, they said they thought I was like this calm girl.
Yeah.
And then I just like blew a fuse and they're like, oh man, you're so strong and like feisty. So we're just going to show you as like that strong character that redeems herself.